All right, welcome back. Proverbs chapter 2, let's jump right in. Proverbs 2 is characterized by one of the discourses we talked about in the last video, and that is the father to son discourse. Again, these discourses, these are where a father has, set his son down and has given him advice about life and things to look out for and things of that nature. And what's kind of interesting is we can actually take ourselves and put ourselves in place of the son in these, so that we're the ones receiving the advice from the fatherly figure. Proverbs 2 is it's pretty well summarized in verse 1, where it says, "My son, if you receive my words and treasure my commandments with you." Here is a father's plea to for the son to not only just hear him, to not only hear him one time and forget everything he said 10 minutes later as the son walks out the door, but to hear him and to receive these words, and then not only to receive them, but then also value them and treasure them as well. Because what the father ultimately wants is he wants his son, and what Proverbs wants you to do as well, is it wants you to value the way of wisdom. And the way of wisdom is a life that's constantly, first you see the value in wisdom, but then you're constantly seeking wisdom. And we'll talk more about that in a moment, but the father goes on to give these conditional statements where he says, if you call out for insight and raise your voice for understanding, if you seek it like silver and search for it as hidden treasures. There's a lot of talk in Proverbs about gold, silver, precious metals, as well as precious gems as well. And the underlying message there is, those things are valuable. Gold's valuable, silver's valuable, gems are valuable, but they're not as valuable as wisdom. Wisdom has far greater intrinsic value than all of these things combined, and that's the message here. And what's interesting is after we get these conditional if statements, we get to verse 5, and it says, "Then you will understand the fear of the Lord and find the knowledge of God." Now you may read this and be like, hold up. In Proverbs 1:7, it said that the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. And now it's saying that we have to seek wisdom to understand the fear of the Lord. Like, what's going on here? And what it is it's this beautiful paradox, right? Where if you seek wisdom, you find God. And if you seek God, you find wisdom. And some people will say, well, that's a vicious cycle, but really it's a beautiful cycle, and it's worthy of contemplation. And so sip your tea as you kind of contemplate that, because it's really a beautiful statement, and it's a powerful statement as well. And after the father gives the son this advice, he goes on really throughout the rest of Proverbs 2, just to give him the benefits of what living the way of wisdom is. And I won't go through those. I'll let you read all of these. But yeah, Proverbs 2. Read Proverbs 2, seek wisdom, and I'll see you soon.